Well, folks, the first MOTU Origins figure on Mattel Creations has been announced since the announcement of them moving the vintage-inspired line over exclusively to Mattel Creations was made. Let's talk about it and what this might mean for the future.
Hey, kid. Yeah, you. Everyone thinks toys are fun, but this is a channel for adults. Yeah, I said it. If you're under the age of 18, go get your parents before you come in here. If you're under the age of 13, scram! Let's get on with the show.
As you've probably heard by now, Fang Or has been announced for the MOTU Origins line exclusive to Mattel Creations. This type of figure is not that uncommon when it comes to Mattel Creations in the past, but given that they've made a recent announcement at San Diego Comic-Con that all the vintage-inspired Origins toys are going to be Mattel Creations exclusive moving forward into 2024, this is an opportunity to hopefully get a peek at how Mattel Creations as a store entity is going to handle the MOTU Origins property moving forward. I can't say with any certainty if any changes has been made. We're only going to be able to find out when this guy goes live this coming Tuesday. Let's take a look at the listing. So next Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, this bad boy goes live. Once again, there's nothing that really jumps out at me as it being different from what has been done in the past. So whether we're going to be able to see more ease of access towards this figure or not remains to be seen, but because this looks pretty typical and we're not into that new wave of vintage inspired MOTU Origin stuff that they talked about at San Diego, I'm not entirely sure that we should expect any changes. I would hope that this is going to be more accessible than previous listings have been. Just because I want everyone who wants one to get one. Once again, we see there's a limit of 3 per person, which is pretty good. In the past, it's been 5. So that should cut down on the amount of bots and resellers getting their hands on these. Although, as we've seen in the past, that doesn't guarantee that it's not going to happen. So the question is, will this sell out in seconds, minutes, or something else? I don't see any reason to believe this is going to change anything, but I do want to take a brief moment just to talk about the character himself. Previously was only released in the Classics line, if memory serves. I've never seen this character in this format. I am always in for more Snake Men, and his big tusk-like fangs are just awesome. I love the color scheme. Definitely going after this one. So again, I don't think we're going to see any major difference in how Mattel Creations is handling these things until we do see that, changeover in the line. Because if they were making major changes now, we might be able to see a made-to-order right away for new characters, or some kind of difference in the way that they're handling the actual stock, to where it's not here's when it goes up, you've got this amount of time, da-da-da-da. I don't think they're going to be doing a full-blown Hasbro Pulse where it becomes more of a storefront and less of a come get this while you can. I'm hoping they move in that direction, or I'm hoping that they will again, and I know that I'm a broken record on this, but I'm really hoping that they go to a made-to-order situation with these and have an extended order window, whether it be the 48 hours we've seen in the past or maybe a week or 2 weeks. I think that would be optimal. This would ensure that everyone that wants these figures can get them, and they get their money, and they might even make more money than they intended to in the first place. You never know. With the circumstances of Fang Or's release, and the fact that these things are planned well in advance, months, even a year or so ahead of time, combined with the fact that we're not in the release year of the vintage going over to Mattel Creations as they prepare to essentially relaunch the line with the Cartoon Classics versions of MOTU Origins, I don't expect these things to be changing immediately. This could be the very last or one of the last figures that are being released in Mattel Creations as we know it today, so to speak. So what I'm basically saying is don't go in expecting some grand new experience or that it will directly reflect what we're going to see when they move the line over, in perpetuity to Mattel Creations. So That means I think it's going to sell out quick. I think the people are not going to be happy. I think resellers are going to be chomping at the bit. But I still hold out this small glimmer of hope that they're going to wake up between now and when the MOTU Origins vintage line comes exclusively to Mattel Creations sometime next year. But time will tell. Maybe they will make this video look really, really paranoid, and I hope that they do, because people need access to these toys if they want them. So, tell me below what you think. Do you think that Mattel Creations is going to take any care with Fang Or, or is this going to be the last gasp of the old guard for Mattel Creations, and maybe something new will happen when the vintage-inspired line comes exclusively to Mattel Creations? Your guess is probably as good as mine. Let me know. In the meantime, may all your card backs be straight, may all your grinds be merry, and you'll be able to find anything you're looking for at any given time at a price you feel is reasonable, especially if it's a MOTU Origins Fang Or. Cheers.
Special thanks to our patrons and members who you're seeing on the screen now. Thank you so much for your support. It really helps.